In this video, Kevin and I are going to be discussing 20 foods that we feel need to make a comeback. I will warn you, 15 of these are mine that I came up with, and Kevin has 5, but still, you know, this was a requested video and I love the idea, so I definitely wanted to do it because there have been things over the years that it's like every time I fall in love with something, be it a food or a beauty product or soap even, and it's like it goes away and it's like, what happened? So during this video, we will show you pictures too of what we're talking about. So maybe you forgot what it looked like, the box or something like that.
Put it right here.
Some of these pictures are my own. Some of them I had to find online because I didn't start taking pictures of food until probably around 2006. And then that's when it started for me, taking pictures. And so I do have some of my own, but then we are borrowing some that we appreciate them being on Google. So do you want me to start this off?
You can probably start since you have more.
Since I have more. Okay, we don't know if any of our stuff, we haven't talked about these, so we don't know if we match on any of these. If I have some that are on my list that Kevin has on his, I have no idea. Okay, the first one I have is Chex Mix 100 calorie snacks. And I will say 100 calorie snacks in general. So I have a bunch of pictures and I'm gonna have pictures of different items up here besides the Chex. So our daughter Ashley used to love these Oreo bars, and they had packages of crackers that were like Nabisco 100 calorie snacks, and you would go down the aisle in Walmart where they have like stuff for school lunches, boxed things, and they had a whole section of these white boxes with 100 calorie snacks on them, and you could get all kinds of different things. Those Chex Mix, I ate those every single night. Every night. And
they were the Ritz. Did they have Ritz in them? They have a little Ritz.
Yeah, they had little Ritz crackers in them, and they had pretzels.
Good. They had the seasoning too, so they were really good.
Yes, it wasn't boring. Yes, there was a seasoning to them, and honestly, I would eat 2. So they were 200 calorie snacks for me, but I would eat 2 a night. We only got 6 in the box, so I was going through those boxes like crazy. We were spending a fortune on those, but I loved them and I would still buy them today. I
mean, nowadays you just have to, you buy something you like and then portion it out in baggies, so it's more of a pain in the butt.
But it's funny how trends come and go.
Yeah.
So now you see a lot of keto stuff like that, but you don't see the 100 calorie stuff. Another thing I have is Healthy Choice packaged turkey. I was eating this around 2004, 2005. It was like in a green, well, you'll see the picture. I forget I'm gonna have pictures in there. But their turkey, it was thick enough to where
felt like you were eating something.
You felt like you were eating something. It wasn't like thin, like these thin slices that just crumble on your bread when you get them out. It was a substantial slice. So I would have 2 of those in a sandwich. We had a cat, and I would feed one to the cat every single day. He got a piece of turkey. But I really liked that Healthy Choice turkey.
It was good turkey.
And I have no idea why they would have.
And you know, it never got, some turkey gets slimy when you've had it in the fridge for a while. That never got slimy.
It didn't. No, it did not get slimy. Gosh, I love this. Dole Apple Cinnamon Fruit Crisp. So these were cups. You got a cup of apples, apple and cinnamon in lots of juice, and it would have a lid, and you would pop the lid off, and you would put that cup. You didn't have to microwave it. I liked it microwaved. You could pop it in the microwave and warm the apple and cinnamon up, and then bring it out of the microwave, and then the top part of the cup was oats and granola. Yeah, and you would dump it over the top. It was a phenomenal dessert. And I mean, I guess people ate them for dessert or lunch or whatever. I loved it.
I don't know why they got rid of those. They sold them with where the fruit cups and stuff are.
And they've never come back out with anything that would compete with those, because the things that they've come out now that have granola are nasty. Don't like them at all. And I really liked that. I mean, I know it was a lot of packaging for them, but it was I just absolutely was crazy about them. Nabisco Wheat Thins Sticks in the Chipotle pepper flavor. They're exactly what I say they are. They had a really nice Chipotle pepper. They were sticks. They were a nice snacky food. It was just... I
remember them.
Yeah.
How many you gotta do? 5?
Then we have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 5th one. I have Betty Crocker Warm Delights. They had a big size, but then they had a mini size. And they were like little brownies.
I had that on my list.
Is that on your list? Yeah. Oh no.
That's all right. So we'll have 19.
Oh no.
No, but I agree with you because I used to like those.
You actually did have one more.
Do I?
You had one more that you took off your list.
Yeah, that's right.
So we might put it back on your list. So we'll have 20.
the warm delights are really nice because you just add a little bit of water to them, stir them up, put them in the microwave, and they were really, really good.
Yes, loved them. We would buy them all the time. And like I said, they had the bigger size, but then they also had, you could buy a package of 2 of minis. And I think those were even, I think we even reviewed those on the channel.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking right after probably you couldn't find them anymore.
Now they still sell the little cakes. They have the little cakes in the little plastic pack, the black plastic like bowl.
But not the brownies.
But not the brownies.
Yeah.
But they had toppings to them too. It wasn't just that. It was like they had a fudge packet or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were delicious.
Yeah.
Then
so I did have that one.
Okay, now I have a Healthy Choice Greek frozen yogurt.
I did have that.
These were 100 calories a piece.
Although I thought about those, but
they were so good.
Yeah.
They're wonderful, and you're the one that mainly ate them because they're like in the same size cup as a yogurt cup, but you put them in the freezer. And I think people didn't realize how good they were, and that's probably why they didn't sell, because I think people, when they see the word yogurt, they're weirded out and they think they're going to taste
like sour or whatever.
Yeah, they weren't.
No,
they were
awesome.
Really yes, they had different flavors. They had like, I want to say like a vanilla and maybe a strawberry or blueberry or something like that. Very, very good for a 100 calorie snack.
You want me to say one, Mom?
Sure.
I had Jello pudding pops, which are, that's something back from the 80s when we were kids.
I love a Jello pudding pop.
The texture of those were so different than anything out now.
Yes, they can't compete with that texture that they had then.
No, smooth, but they were thick, kind of thick when you ate them.
So they had chocolate and vanilla,
yeah, I
right?
think they had some other things too.
Maybe a swirled one?
Yeah, I can't remember.
So which one did you buy?
Chocolate. Always bought the chocolate.
So did you eat them in school?
No, I just had them at home.
Okay, so let me tell you this.
You had them at school?
That's where I knew about Jello pudding pops. We didn't buy them at home. Mom and Dad didn't buy them. We had them at school. You could buy your lunch, and then you could, after you ate your lunch, if you had like a quarter, an extra quarter, or I don't know if they were a quarter or 50 cents, but some days they would have Jello pudding pops, some days they would have cookies, the good peanut butter cookies. But you could go back through line and you could buy a dessert. An extra. That's where I learned about the Jello pudding pops.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, and I love the vanilla ones.
They were so worried about, nowadays they're so worried about giving you anything sweet at school. They would never do that now.
Right. No, they wouldn't. No, I doubt kids get to go back through the line.
Some carrot sticks or something.
Yeah, it was so neat though to get to go back through that line and get you a dessert. I felt good when I had the extra.
See, back when we had cookies, I mean, you're talking about elementary school.
Elementary.
They would just give it to us on a tray. We'd get one cookie with our meal.
Yeah, I got the cookie with the meal, but then I could go back and get an extra.
We probably could have. I just never did.
Yeah, this was an extra. Yeah.
I never got an extra one.
That's why I was an extra person at that time. No, I wasn't that big. Okay. Weight Watchers desserts.
Is that the ones that are the fruit ones?
No, they did have a strawberry shortcake one, but
there was ones that were a little like layered cups, or not layered, but they were like.
That's them.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
These were in like a little black microwavable. Instead of having the tray for a Weight Watchers meal, frozen meal, these were in the frozen section, and they were like a square little black tray. My favorite ones were the peanut butter cup. So they had like a hot fudge on top, but they had literally like little mini peanut butter cups, and you would pop those in the oven, and they were awesome. And I don't know why Weight Watchers quit making them. I always suspect when you get like a diet food and it goes away and you never see it again, it's like, did they find out that the calories weren't right on it?
They're really not good for you.
And yeah, and that we were really eating like 400 calories instead of 300 calories, and that's why they haven't brought them back, is they found out they were wrong, and they don't want to let people know that they were wrong all this time. That's just my
It could be that,
suspicion.
or they just didn't sell. One of the two.
They sold because we bought them. The Dunn family bought them.
They sold our store at least.
And if you do a search on my channel, you'll see I at least did a grocery haul or something showing those. Kudos.
Yeah, kudos.
Kudos bars, 100 calories each.
That goes back to the 100 calorie snack thing.
Yeah, but they weren't. I don't think they were marketed to be 100 calories. It just is what they were. So sweet. I mean, like so sweet that they would make your teeth hurt. But they had, some of them had like M&Ms. Some of them were like Snickers. Phenomenal, over the top sweet. You would not believe how sweet those were for 100 calories.
Yeah, they were good. They were like a good crunchy bar.
Emerald breakfast on the go.
I vaguely remember that.
These, Ashley, our daughter Ashley, introduced me to, and it wasn't long after we moved into this house. So you're talking about 2012 is when these snacks were real popular. And there was a particular variety. They had like a coffee mix. They're like little packets. And it's little packets, and you would get like a piece of granola, a piece of chocolate, like maybe a yogurt covered piece, maybe a peanut or something like that. But they're packets.
Like little trail mixes.
Like a trail mix, yeah. Loved them.
I vaguely remember those.
And the one that I like, they might still sell those, but the one that I liked in particular, they do not. They don't have, I know, because I looked for it.
One of mine is the Gatorade's gum, Gator Gum. Yeah. That was, see, I'm going back to when we were kids.
No, I love that Gatorade gum.
It was sharp and kind of sour. And
didn't they have an orange and a
salty.
green?
I know they had green for sure. It seemed like they may have had
I think they had like a neon
because you're talking
orange.
about back in the 80s, they only had green and orange.
And
Gatorade.
It was so good. Wonder why they quit making that.
I don't know. It's just Gatorade got out of the gum business, I guess.
Yeah.
But they used to sell it. They used to hype it up as gum. Instead of drinking Gatorade, you could chew this gum and get hydrated, you know? I don't think that was really true, but...
I'd rather chew the gum.
I would rather... The flavor of the gum was
because
good.
it was so good.
It was good. It was soft and chewy. It was good. Good gum.
Okay. Pop-Tarts gone nutty. So these come and go.
Oh, yeah, Pop-Tarts really do.
Pop-Tarts come and go. So you'll see them, they'll sell certain flavors for a while, and then they'll leave. And then 2 or 3 years later, they'll come back. The Gone Nutty bars they're filled with peanut butter. And the ones that I like, you can get them either unfrosted, or you can get them frosted with chocolate. So, of course, what am I going to pick is the frosted with chocolate. So, I like the Gone Nutty because they're so full of peanut butter. I think they do a good job with it, and it's really sweet. And then that chocolate on top, I love those. And as far as I know, they've come back twice. So... like ever since I've been aware of them, they've come and gone twice at least. So who knows when they'll come back again. Those are Pop-Tarts that I do not heat up though. Right. I just eat them straight out of the package because they are coated with chocolate. So that's just how I eat them. Let me go again. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The Pizzeria's pizza chips, they look like they're like pizza dough. But they were like triangles of pizza flavored chips, and that's been a long time ago too. Those are really good. We didn't buy them all the time, but occasionally we'd get them.
I just thought of something that will make us go to 20, because you said we matched on one, but I won't have a picture because I have looked for a picture. You said that, and it just came to me. I've looked for a picture of this for years and can't find one. The Dippin' Pizza.
Oh yeah. That was really, it was a ring. We used to buy them all the time.
We bought them constantly, and I've literally looked for so long on the internet for a picture of this thing. It was called a Dippin', not dipping, it was Dippin' Pizza. It was a ring you took out of the box. It was this big, and it had a circle cut out of the middle.
Like it was like a big donut.
Yeah, you would take this ring and you'd put it on your pizza pan or your whatever pan, cookie sheet. Put it in the oven, and it came with the sauce. It came with the sauce. Yeah, so like when you took it out of the box, the sauce was in that middle part, and you would pull that out and put the ring in, and it would puff up, and it had a strong garlic
and cheese
in the middle. Yeah, so it was this ring that was.
But it was literally this big around.
What?
The ring. The ring was that big around. Yeah. It was a ring that was probably that big around.
Yes.
But it wasn't small. I mean, it was a big ring.
And I tell you when it was out. And you cut it in hunks. It was out around Ashley was born in 96. It was probably 99.
Probably
around.
A few years out, because I remember her eating them too.
Yeah, so. It was probably around 99, maybe 2000. And I absolutely cannot find a picture of it. So
they were wonderful. It's kind of like the stuffed crust or the stuffed crust pizza, the ring on the outside that has a little bit of cheese, but they're really tiny. This thing was big, like a bread, almost like a stromboli, but it was in a ring.
Yes, it was.
Really good.
It's the weirdest thing that I can't find that.
Yeah, and they were excellent.
Okay, then I have.
But you're right. Those need to come back, because I would buy those again if they were out.
Oh yeah, it was a great idea. Pepperidge Farm Baked Naturals 4 Cheese Crisps. When we first moved in here, and when we lived in our old house, I was buying these. And when we first moved in here, and I started doing hauls, grocery hauls, you'll see these in grocery hauls. I would buy, if they didn't have the 4 cheese, I would buy the Italian herb. Those were the only 2 they had. I was eating, I would buy a box and divide them into 2 nights. I would eat half one night and half the next night. And they're just they were little snack crackers, which you'll see the picture. I was absolutely crazy about these. And then not long after we moved in here, you weren't seeing them, and it was like, oh my gosh, are they not going to sell these anymore? Well, they did quit selling them, and I bought all that I could and loved them, and now they're gone, and they've never brought anything back to replace them. And I just absolutely adored those little crackers.
They were good.
Skinny Cow Chocolate Mousse. They had a chocolate mousse ganache. They had a vanilla with caramel and a chocolate with fudge. We also reviewed these on the channel, I'm pretty sure. They were Skinny Cow cones, and they had a wonderful flavor. They were a nice lower calorie dessert, and you would buy them in the frozen section. Now I think they do still, we can, at least in our area, they still, I think, have the sandwiches, maybe, the ice cream sandwiches.
They do have Skinny Cow, I don't know what they are.
Yeah, but I can't find those particular cones. The chocolate mousse ganache, vanilla with caramel, or the chocolate with fudge. I do not see them like in the frozen section of our Kroger or our Walmart. Right. I don't see those. So you might get them in your area, but I'm not seeing them here. Pumpkin pie toaster strudels. What a big disappointment. I bought them for years. They were in the grocery haul for years. Would look forward to them every single fall when they would come out. I love the pumpkin flavor in them. They had that nice pumpkin pie spice. They were sweet. I have no idea why they wouldn't make those anymore.
That reminded me of the ropes that you used, the caramel apple ropes.
Oh, I can't believe it. Yes, those have to be on this list.
Yeah.
They have to be.
That was something Tammy bought. She would buy every package they had.
The Twizzlers.
Yeah, and would spread them out for like as long as she could make them last.
Yes. So the list is increasing because I'm telling, yes, absolutely 100% those have to be on this list. They were the caramel apple Twizzlers, the
ropes.
filled.
The filled. Yeah, they weren't the ropes.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're filled Twizzlers. Anytime you can get a filled Twizzler, you should get it because those are the best ones. But that caramel, it was outstanding.
It was good. It had a really good caramel apple flavor.
And that's something that for a long time, or it seemed like it, every year they would come out and you could look forward to it. It's like, what are you looking forward to with your fall foods? Well, I'm looking forward to those caramel Twizzlers. And then they're like, oh, well, we're not going to make those anymore. Well, why aren't you? Why, Hershey? Why wouldn't you make those anymore? And then I have this. Now you talk about an oldie. This is from the 80s. Carnation breakfast bars.
Yeah.
They had a peanut butter and a chocolate chip. They may have had more, but those are the two that I remember. But the Carnation breakfast bar, it was nothing that my mom bought. But when I spent the night with a friend of mine, this wealthy family I would spend the night with, they would have the Carnation breakfast bars, and it just felt really rich and special.
When was those? When was those? Like in the 80s?
In the 80s. I was in about 5th grade.
That's probably the first foray into bars, because there wasn't a lot of bars when we were kids that I remember. At least my parents didn't buy.
And they've had petitions and everything
to bring them back.
To bring these back. They're not bringing them back. Yeah. Okay.
You want me to do mine and then you do yours?
Sure.
My last one is really, this goes for a lot of these, but I specifically mentioned one brand, but the Lay's make a something, do as a flavor.
Do as a flavor.
A lot of times they come out with some excellent flavors of those, and then they go away. What was Andrew's favorite was like wasabi and something. That was like really good flavor. One of the flavors that I really liked was the Southern Biscuits and Gravy Chips. I remember in the review, I actually watched it again just to see what I thought about them. We both thought they kind of tasted like sour cream and onion potato chips, but I remember buying them after that and really enjoying that because it did have a gravy flavor. Because, you know, when we do the review, you're just giving initial impressions, and that was one that we had, but I actually liked them better than just sour cream and onion potato chips, and bought them again and again. Yeah.
So my last thing, the last thing on my list is, it's another gum. It's funny, you had a gum, you had the Gatorade gum. I'm gonna go with Freshen Up. Does anybody remember Freshen Up Gum? It was so cool because they were little squares, but they were thick, and when you put them in your mouth, they had like a gel in the center.
You'd bite into them, they'd pop a little bit. Pop.
Yeah, and they had a gel, and I always liked, they had cinnamon. And so I always liked the cinnamon Freshen Up Gum. And I don't know why that's not a thing anymore, because they could absolutely do that. Those could make a comeback.
Yeah, they could. I got one more for you just to see if you remember it.
Okay.
Cotton candy. I'm pretty sure it was bubble gum. It might have been Hubba Bubba.
I remember cotton candy.
I'm pretty sure it was bubble gum.
Oh, heck yeah.
That was some good gum. That was like the best flavor gum.
Yes.
And you can still find the gum, but like that brand gum, but they don't have cotton candy. Cotton candy was the best.
It was 2 different colors.
Yeah, it was really light blue and a pink.
Yes, I absolutely remember
Love that gum.
But there were several gums like that they did.
Like watermelon. Didn't they do a watermelon that was green and red?
Well, they did. That's what I was going to say. They did several of those bubble gum types. Yeah. They did the different colors, the multicolors. But yes, the cotton candy was my favorite. Was the best. Because it was the over-the-top sweet. And that's what I like.
That just reminded me, when you mentioned that gum, it's like that reminded me of that one.
Yeah. So
we may have went over 20.
We went over 20.
Not much, though.
We went over 20. But that's okay, because I'm so glad. Somebody would have said in the comments, Tammy, what about those filled Twizzlers? And I would have been like, the filled Twizzlers.
What do you think about those?
So I'm so glad.
I'm sure there's snacks that I ate regularly that I just didn't think about.
Yeah.
You don't want to remember them.
What's going to be fun are the comments.
Yeah, what's some things that you have?
The comments under this video are going to be fun for us, but they're going to be fun for you all too. Because I would love it if you all, what was your food? What did you all love that it was your favorite thing and they just discontinued it? I would love it if you all would.
Or they changed it so much that
it's not the same. Yeah.
Because there's some things that we didn't put on the list necessarily, but there's some things that it's like, it's a completely different thing now. They used like Butterfinger. Butterfinger's a good example. Butterfinger was really, really good, and they changed over to this new one. I don't like them as much.
People also complained about, I had never had until we started this channel, a Suzy Q, but people complained that they used to be one way and now they're another way. Because I remember, I think when we tried them, we didn't think anything of them, but they're like, but you're not tasting what they used to taste like. Yeah. But I expect there to be there will be some really good conversation going on in the comments, because I think you all are going to name things and you're going to remind other people of things and us, and it'll just be a lot of fun to read through the comments on this video. And people might find this video years from now and comment even more. So that's always fun. But I really appreciate the suggestion, because this just it makes me nostalgic. It makes me miss a lot of things that we had and that were so good, and we didn't know that we should have appreciated it more and taken pictures.
Yeah.
I wish so much now that I had taken a picture of that dipping pizza, but who would have known that it wouldn't be around? It was really popular at the time.
Good.
So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, why? Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. And thanks for watching.